with me because I said I'm focused on black people's problems, well, guess what? You can stay mad. I'm focused on black people's problems. Ain't nobody helping us. You got 27 million Africans in the Congo, displaced, environmental issues, hunger, poor health care. You got 1 million Ethiopians who've been murdered. You got Sudanese who have died. Ain't nobody said nothing about the Sudanese. Ain't nobody said nothing about the Ethiopians. Ain't nobody said nothing about the Congolese. But you want me to cry tears for the Arabs? Listen, I hope the Arabs in the West Bank in Gaza, I hope they get all they get. I hope they are protected. I hope nobody dies. I hope those babies' lives are safe. I hope the women are cared for. I hope that there's no bloodshed, no violence. But if you think I'm going to take time out of struggling for African people, if you think I'm going to stop my agenda to liberate my people to go cry for people who don't cry for me, if you think I'm going to stop what I'm doing and pay attention to what's going on over there when y'all don't even pay attention to what's going on in Africa, y'all don't pay attention to what's going on in Ethiopia. Y'all don't pay attention to what's going on in the Congo. The greatest humanitarian crisis in the world is in the Congo, not the West Bank. I said the greatest humanitarian crisis in the world is in the Congo, not the West Bank, not the Gaza Strip, not Israel, but in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So don't tell me I got to cry for whites and browns. I'm crying for black people, and I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't like it. You got police killing black people in America every day. We got police killing black people in America every day. We got hunger. We got gentrification. We got miseducation. We got mass incarceration. And you want me to go crying for white and brown people? I'm not going to do it. My priority is on Africa and African people.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming. Well guys, in today's video, this is kind of a sad story, and as you saw in the title, black people have been coming out to say we shouldn't be on the side of the war that is happening in Israel or Palestine, because there's been wars that have been happening in the African continent and they've never got this kind of media exposure like the way Palestine right now is being put in the media. And so black people are like, you know what, it's none of our business and we should not even be concerned about this. But what I can say is black people are all over the world. African people are all over the world. When you look into the Palestine situation, there are Afro-Palestine people. And we need to also advocate for Palestine in that way or in that case. So when we say that we should be silent about this, I don't think it's the right way to do. But also, we have Congo, which has been in war for the longest time. Actually, it's not even the people that are fighting. It's the corporations that are funding these atrocities to happen, and they don't even care about what or who is being hurt. But then I do not like the way we excuse the African media and be blaming the Western media about showing what is happening in the African continent, because if we are on a road of developing our continent and we are still excusing the African media platforms that we have that are not showing what is truly happening in the African continent, that are not putting out the true picture of what is happening to its own people, that shows you that our African continent also is governed by people that just want to see miserable Africans, miserable people. I think we should also push into the medias in Africa because they do exist. Why is it that we always want the Western people to come and rescue us, but we don't even take accountability to the African media itself that is not talking about this issue? Because if they really do want to see change, the way I'm seeing presidents of West Africa, East Africa, or in Africa right now saying they want to go away from the Western leadership in some sort, I think they should also be able to advocate for the media to show what is really happening to their own people. And yes, I know we should push the Western media to still talk about the atrocities happening in the African continent, but ask yourself as an African person, as a black person, do you really expect the Western media to shed a light on what is happening in Africa? If they come out and advocate for African people, they lose because they need our resources, and they are the same people that are sponsoring the atrocities that are happening in Congo, in Libya, in Ethiopia, Sudan, because they need the minerals from the African continent. So when I say we need to also push the African media to be accountable for not showing what is truly happening in the African continent, I think I have a valid reason to say so. But overall, I really appreciate all the Black Americans, the Caribbeans, the people in the UK, Black people all over the world that are coming out to learn about the genocides that are happening in the African continent, Libya, Congo, Ethiopia, Sudan, other countries, even in Uganda, even though it's silent. We need change, and African people are going through a lot. So when you guys learn about this and you use your platforms to talk about this and shed more light onto it and let other people know and understand what we are going through, it really means a lot to us and to me specifically, if I'm to be honest about it. Thank you so much, guys. Keep pushing about this. We need change as African people, and like I keep on saying, when Africa thrives, all Black people around the world thrive and will be respected, whether you believe to be African or not. When the face of Africa is put in a good light, we all as Black people will be seen as worthy, and that's what the truth is. So guys, that was it for me today. Hear other Black people on what they had to say about this, and yeah, let me know what you think. But still, let's make the African media platforms accountable for their silence on African people.
You might ask why I'm crying, because nobody has said anything about what's happening in Congo. Like, I'm Congolese, and what's happening there is like super sad, and it's really super annoying that nobody is speaking on it, because people are dying. Millions of people are dying in Congo right now. Babies, women being raped. This is an educational video. So like, to see somebody speak on what's happening there, I don't know, it just like, it makes me happy that we are actually getting noticed to like free Palestine. But it's not just Palestine that are going through whatever is happening, you know. Congo too is going through the same thing, like genocide.
It has been brought to my attention that there are 2 other genocides happening right now. To my knowledge, to what I've just seen, I was just, because I'm trying to go through all of my tags. I know so many of you have tagged me in so many videos, and I'm trying to go through them. But I just saw this video talking about the Congo genocide that's happening, where there's been over 6 million victims. And then there's another genocide apparently happening in Sudan. I haven't heard of either one of these. And as much love and just phenomenal humanity that I've seen coming forward in support of Palestine, I know that I haven't heard of the Congo and Sudan genocides, because the victims are Black and from Africa. And at this point, I try to remain positive. I try to keep everything lighthearted, but what do I do? What do I do? How do I help everyone? What do I do? What can I do for Congo? What can I do for Sudan? What companies are involved? Like, y'all please tell me, and I will. I'll push it. But these leaders in these countries make me sick.
So I see a lot of people are upset about my video I made about Palestinians and Israelis never being friends to African people, and how the struggle of Palestinians should not be compared to African people, because I find it disrespectful. Y'all are in the comments saying that Palestine has always stood in solidarity with Black people. And that's interesting, because when I go and try to find evidence of that, all I'm seeing is a couple of pictures of Palestinians holding up Black Lives Matter posters during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. The articles I do see about Black and Palestinian solidarity are about how Black people throughout our movements have always supported Palestine. What I'm saying is, I haven't found anything that shows that it was mutual. But if you do find something, please send it to me. But what I am finding are articles like this. At least 11,000 black Palestinians live in 𝗙𝗵𝗱𝗲 district of Gaza in a neighborhood called Al-Abid, which means slaves in Arabic. What I do see is black Palestinians talking about the racist treatment that they receive from Israelis and Palestinians. And don't think this means I'm siding with the Israelis, because as you can see here, they with that bullshit too when it comes to Afro-Palestinians. Now ask yourself, why are there Afro-Palestinians? And then go look it up. As I said in my previous video, I know when something is wrong. The genocide that is happening in Palestine is wrong. It's fucking disgusting. I feel so bad for those children. But do not be upset with me because I'm a black woman telling the truth. Don't be mad because I don't want our struggles as African people to be compared to anyone else, especially when they treat us like shit. Because I'm not just for the liberation of African American people. I'm for the liberation of all African people.
This video will get a lot of backlash, but I don't give a fuck. What's happening right now in Palestine and to the Palestinian people, the media is pushing free Palestine. Oh, what the people of Palestine going through is so tragic. But I don't give a fuck, and I don't have no sympathy or empathy for what those people are going through. Because the chaos that y'all other races have caused on this earth, y'all are self-destructing, and I don't care what y'all go through. Because where's the sympathy and empathy towards African people are going through and what have been through for centuries, even right now in the Congo, the mass exploitation of natural resources and the use of African people to labor those natural resources just to give it to these corporations and other nations of people. These motherfuckers, y'all racists, y'all other races don't care about us. Y'all just want to use us and abuse Africa and African people just to gain for your benefit at the cost of us. You see, y'all other races have never cared about us as African people, nor respected us. So why should I do the same for y'all? Fuck what y'all are going through. Hell, I'll be happy if all of y'all get wiped off of the face of this earth. Because all y'all have did is cause chaos on this earth. What African people have endured and are still going through, no one covers that. No one cares. It's swept under the rug. Oh, African people, they ain't nothing. That's why I have no sympathy or empathy for what any other race of people is going through. Because where's the care for us as African people? Nowhere to be found.
Congo is going through the worst silent Holocaust we have seen today. And millions of people have been killed and displaced. And who profits from your dead bodies? America, Britain, France, and Israel, the colonizers. And do you know what they want from them and why this whole thing is still happening to the Congolese people? Hold up. Congo produces something called coltan. It's a natural resource that we use to create our smartphones, our computers, and any technological innovation comes from this natural resource. And just 2021, Congo has produced 700 metric tons of coltan. Okay, they are the #1 producers of this natural resource, and Brazil comes second. Okay, hold on. What the colonizers have managed to do is financially and fund military groups in Rwanda and Uganda to go into Congo and unalive millions of people so that there's so much chaos in Congo so they can smuggle and steal the coltan natural resource. Because that makes them billions of dollars, okay? It literally creates our phones, our computers, and all these technological innovations. Obviously, they're not going to try to pay for it. They're going to try to steal it. And what is the best way to do it is when the people are distracted. So they fund these military groups and give them even military aid and financial aid to continue killing, unaliving innocent people in Congo. Another creator spoke on this topic, and I will definitely share her video as well. But she had visuals. And look at this. Mining coltan is not an easy thing. The natural resource is very, very difficult to mine. And it's very harsh and dangerous situations that these people, these African people, are risking their lives. They're actually unalived by getting this thing out of, the earth. Like, this is the conditions of the Congolese people in this reserves. Like, this is their condition. It's so unsafe. Crazy. As you can see, 48 women are raped hourly. Millions of people are displaced. Over 6 million people have been killed, and most of them are children. So this whole chaos, if you were to look at it on a face value, you'd be like, oh, why are African people fighting each other? Why are they killing each other? Why are they unaliving each other, children, all of that? But it's the colonizers, America, Britain, France, Israel. They fund the military groups that are unaliving these innocent people to steal coltan from Congo. This is a crazy situation. It's a crazy situation, and Congo needs us right now. Just like Palestine needs us, Sudan needs us. We need to continue talking about what is really going on in the world, and that these colonizers have been doing this for years. This is not just something that just started. Congo has been going through war and conflict forever, and the colonizer are to be blamed.